Hello everyone, Diamond Warrior 2025 here. And again, sorry that I have been away for a while because I have not that many plans on making a new video. But hey, I'm back here. Today I'm gonna do a tier maker list for like which one of the batsuits from Batman is fantastic and which one of these batsuits are awful. I'm linking like worst to best or like best to worst, whatever you want to pronounce it. Well, let's get started from first batsuit to the last batsuit. And so we're gonna start off with Michael Keaton's batsuit. But before we get into it, I wanted to leave you guys if you really enjoyed the video, then please smash a like button. And if you have a different opinion on which one of these batsuits are bad or which ones are good, please tell me in the comments below. But anyway, let's get started. Let's start with the first Michael Keaton batsuit. I haven't actually watched the movie yet, but I watched the comic book of the '89 Batman. I thought the batsuit was, I think it looks good for an '80s Batman. I've heard from a lot of people that this batsuit looks like a classic Batman, and it's also the very first batsuit to be all black and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm not a big fan. I actually prefer other batsuits over that, but it's a classic, so I'm gonna say it's a fantastic batsuit. And here's the cartoony batsuit, which is maybe from Batman the Animated Series, I think. It's actually is kind of familiar. Looks kind of familiar. I haven't watched the show yet, but when I look at the picture, I mean, it might not look as good as a live action version of Batman. It just, at least in my opinion, for a cartoony Batman, I think it's also a classic. So for an animated batsuit, it also looks fantastic. And here's the Ben Affleck armored batsuit where he fights against Superman, and I think it's one of the coolest Batman suits from the BVS movie. At least in my opinion, I actually don't mind if it's a bit like clunky and bulky. But I really like the glowing eyes on the metal cow. So, if I have an opinion, I'm not sure what's the opinion. I mean, it's not fantastic because it doesn't have all the other elements from like what a Batman needs to have. Like, it doesn't have a bat emblem, which makes sense because in the comics, Frank Miller's The Dark Knight, he also didn't have a bat emblem. I'm gonna say it's a great suit. Now we have the Gotham batsuit. And keep in mind, unpopular opinion, I don't think the Gotham batsuit is bad. I can say there are some things that I really like about it. I don't mind if most people hate this suit, and I can see why. And I actually made a video of the redesigned batsuit for Gotham, and I'm gonna leave you a link in the description below. But yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I think every the rest all I think the whole costume, in my opinion, at least for a TV budget batsuit, I think I think it's decent. I think it's very decent. I am gonna put it on the decent tier by saying it's not the best, but there are some things that I really like about it, and it makes sense because it's his very first batsuit, so that's so it is acceptable. I At least I like the color scheme and the cape draping over his shoulders and everything, so it deserves to be on the decent tier list, at least in my at least in my personal opinion. Tell me in the comments below where this batsuit should go on one of these tiered aisles. Now here we go, the Robert Pattinson batsuit. And I gotta say, I actually really like the rest of the costume. I always thought it was going to be another perfect batsuit, but then when we get a proper look at the cowl, I finally realized, oh, that is not a good looking cowl. But it makes sense because it's his very first batsuit for the Robert Pattinson Batman movie. But we actually gonna get another batsuit maybe later on throughout the film. Maybe it will be much better than it. For the suit, I really like most of the costume. I really like the armor, I like the collar, I like the bat emblem. But I think the cowl just ruins everything. Ruins everything. Everything. It messes up the whole suit. So I hope they will get rid of it throughout the film by a villain, and yeah, you know how I feel. So for the Robert Pattinson Batman suit, I'm gonna say it's half decent, even though the costume for the most part looks very cool. The cowl has thin ears and has a bigger, super big jawline, and in my opinion, it just doesn't fit well with the rest of the costume. And then we have the Christian Bale batsuit from The Dark Knight. Look, unpopular opinion, I think it is actually one of the best batsuits in live action so far, in my opinion. In live action movies, of course. Christian Bale's Batman was the first Batman actor with the suit, and I'm actually trying to pronounce it right. Don't worry, I'm gonna pronounce it right. So the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight trilogy are actually the first Batman movies that I've ever seen on Netflix, of course, because I only watched it on Netflix, of course, because I was a bit too young from years ago. The Batman Begins was actually was released at the year I was born, of course, and then I thought the Batman Begins suit was the best batsuit we got so far. But then when I look at the Christian Bale batsuit, the second one actually, I can see a lot of cool things about it. I really like the armor. I like the cowl with the 3D-ish ears, and I really like the gauntlets with like retractable blades, which he shoots at it to make it look like projectiles. And I'm gonna say it's fantastic batsuit. It's okay. Maybe some people might disagree with me, but remember, this is just my opinion. So I'm gonna say it's fantastic. Okay. Now the Adam West batsuit. This picture doesn't show the full batsuit, which is a bit frustrating. You know. I've never watched the 1960s TV show, but I've heard there's a lot of people out there who really like it. I'm not sure where to put it. I think there are some nice things about this suit. The cape looks nice. I really like some of the color scheme, and I really like the shades of purple on the cowl, and I say that looks like a pair of pajamas, and honestly, in my opinion, it makes sense because it's the 1960s, and at that time they couldn't find the perfect strong material to make like good superhero costumes and stuff like that. So yeah, for a 1960s bat, there are some things about that. There are some things about it that I really like. I'm gonna say it's a decent batsuit. And there's the Batman Returns batsuit, and I actually never watched the movie again, so maybe I will spoil a bit. I've spoiled a bit too much, but I think it's a cool looking suit. Even maybe they wanted to make. I really like the armor platings on the tummy, or like the upper body parts, which is an upgrade from the previous first 1989 bat suit. And honestly, a lot of the details got really sharp and actually makes them give them the opportunity to rip the cowl a bit easier, which Bruce Wayne is actually doing this to Catwoman to show who he really is, that showing that Bruce Wayne that he is Batman, of course. I mean, I actually meant by Batman just rips the cowl off to show Catwoman who he really is in the batsuit, of course. Just like Selina Kyle said.
Who are you? Who's the man behind the bed?
And yeah, that is all I can say. Even though I like some parts more than even though I like the ears more than the 89 Batman, I'm gonna say it's a great batsuit, a great batsuit. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right. And the next one is Batman and Robin, George Clooney batsuit. I'm not sure. I have never watched the movie, but I've seen some movies who actually performed with George Clooney. But I actually watched some movies with about George Clooney, of course. With for example, if you know what I mean, he was very handsome in the Oceans film franchise, but when he's Batman, people say he worked perfect as a Bruce Wayne, but it kind of failed as Batman. But I don't mind if they hate. It's just their opinion. Even when he's Batman, he's still very handsome. In terms of batsuit, I really like the color scheme I really like the bluish gray color scheme, and I don't mind the nipples and the six pack armor, but I mean yeah for an sexy batsuit, it looks very decent in my opinion. Maybe it's not as good as the Michael Keaton batsuit, but for me, there are some things that I like about it is that it's like, for example, the cowl and the color scheme, of course. These are the things I like. So I'm gonna say it's a decent batsuit. And here we go. And then we get the Arkham Knight batsuit. I've never played the Arkham games before, but in terms of the batsuit, I actually have heard from a lot of people that it's the coolest and the best batsuit ever. For me personally, I think it's like a mixture from. I think they wanted to make the armor more inspired by Iron Man, of course. It's like it's more like an Iron Man inspired batsuit because of the armor platings, and the cowl are actually retractable. So like the cowl can actually open up whenever. So it has a button somewhere behind it, so you can tap it. Then the cowl is retractably going open, so it makes an easy. So that Bruce can easily take it off. I mean, for a video game batsuit, I think it's really cool. It deserves to be on the fantastic tier. Now let's do the Louis. I think it's one of the 1940s batsuit. Nah, it's easily forgettable, so it deserves on the awful tier. And then we have the main batsuit worn by Ben Affleck. I'm gonna say there are some things I really like. I think I'm gonna put it somewhere lower. Look, I know you might disagree with me. I know there's a lot of people out there who really like this batsuit, and that is fine. It's okay. Remember, this is just my opinion. I think the bat emblem is just too big for Batman. It almost looks like a bat with no ears at all. I mean, it has ears, but it's not very easy for the fans to see if this bat emblem has ears. I don't know. I just when in close-ups, it looks a bit too hairy, too fabricy, and I'm honestly not a big fan of it. I'm gonna say, well, even though the cowl, the ears are too short in my opinion, I think there are some parts that I like. I like the shadings on the belt, the cowl material, and the cape with the dust underneath. And I really oh, that's tough. I'm gonna say it's half decent. I say it's not good, but simply not the worst, at least in my opinion. Do you like this batsuit, or do you hate it? Just leave me in the comments below of what do you think of it. And then the last but not least is actually the 1949 Batman serial batsuit. It looks awful. It's just easily forgettable, so it deserves to be on the awful tier. So yeah, that is my tier maker list of the batsuits from worst to best, or like best to worst, of course, in my opinion. So yeah, that is it. That's all I can. That is all the batsuit that I've ranked from worst to best. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with my list, or do you have a completely different opinion about it? Just let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And if you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see more if you want to see more videos about me, but you haven't watched it yet and they're very old, you have to check it out first. Because I'm gonna leave some links in the description below, and tell me in the comments below which Tiermaker list of the batsuits do you like the most, or like do you want to make, and which one you want to rank from worst to best, of course. But I'm gonna say thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel, leave a like, and comment below what do you think, what is your opinion of my ranking list of the batsuit from worst to best. But anyway, subscribe to my channel, leave a like, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.